Hi, Anez.
Yeah,
Um, hey, so your first two starts were intense. Um, what was the experience like at Virginia, and what was the FSU experience um, like? And I have a follow after you're done with that.
the Virginia, that was my first game starting. I went there, got a lot of fans. They fans get crazy in there. So like when I went out there, first play was kind of nervous, but I caught in. Like as the game went on, I just got better and better and just learned to focus down. The FSU experience, big rivalry game. So a lot of folks out there, a lot of Florida State mixed with Miami fans. So the experience was kind of crazy. But I just suck it all in and just treat it like a regular game.
Josh, can I do a follow
Go ahead, Susan.
or wait? Okay. And then also, what was the process like of getting ready to contribute as a true freshman, and how have Coach Cristobal and Mirabal helped you in the process?
It's just a lot of hard work that I put in. I listen to all the older guys, all the older linemen I'm with. There's a lot of people, a lot of young folk dream of playing as a true freshman. I had the chance when our starting right guard got down. I just worked at it. Mirabal, Chris Ball helped me out a lot of way. They believed that I was ready for the challenge, so I just went into it.
Next, we'll go to Adam Lichtenstein from the Sun Sentinel. Adam.
Hey, Anez. I think it might have been last week where Coach Cristobal mentioned that, originally he thought you might be a defensive lineman. How determined were you to make sure, you'd be playing offensive lineman at offensive line in college?
Like, I've been playing offensive line my whole life. But I've been playing D-line. I started playing D-line, my 10th grade year, and I fell in love with D-line, so I was playing both in high school, whole game. But I felt like that. I really love Coach Mirabal and Coach Cristobal. I feel like they're good O-line coaches, so that's why I chose to play O-line to get better at that since I've been playing my whole life.
Our next question for Anez comes from Matt Stradell of Kane Sport. Matt.
Yeah, hey, Anez. I sort of wanted to follow on that track as well. When you first came in, did you know you were going to be purely an offensive lineman? Was there a battle over you, or was there a battle over which position you play even when you're being recruited, where they were saying, hey, the offensive line coach recruited you and the defensive line coach recruited you? Can you walk us through that a little bit? Sort of
so they had came to my house. They had came for a home visit, Coach Joe and Coach Cristobal, and they had asked me which one I wanted to play. So I just chose O-line. So they really wanted me to play D-line too. But I just chose O-line because I just felt like I can get better at that since I know they coach good guys, they coach good O-linemen, they get O-linemen drafted. So I just chose to play O-line because I felt like it was a good experience for me.
Our next question comes from Luke Cheney of All Hurricanes. Luke.
And just a little bit earlier, Coach Cristobal was mentioning that you're beyond your years right now as a true freshman. I'm just wondering, where have you felt like you've grown the most so far through the season?
I just felt like my feet work had got better because when I first got in, I was heavy, so I really couldn't move how I wanted to. But over the summer and beginning the fall camp, I just trimmed down the weight, and now my feet work got better because I worked on it a lot and I got lighter, so I moved faster.
We'll wrap up for Anez with Frank Tucker of Keynes County. Frank.
Hey, Anez. Coach Cristobal talked about you completely trimming down your body since coming to Miami. Can you talk about the process of that and how that's been huge in your development since getting some playing time?
When I first, trimming down over the summer, I just been eating the right stuff and putting the right stuff in my body and working hard and just losing weight, getting a whole bunch of conditioning there. It helped me a lot because, I couldn't, move how I wanted to or, pass block how I wanted to, because that's a big struggle that I have is pass game. But now I move faster, my kick steps faster and everything. So losing that weight just developed me to a better player to be quicker and faster on my feet.
Anez, thank you for your time today and good luck on Saturday.
Hey, Josh, can we just
Susan.
ask Anez, since he's talking about losing weight? Anez, can you just say what you weighed before and how much you've lost, what you weigh now? That's it.
I think I was in high school, I was almost 400, something like that. Then towards the end of high school, I was trimming down 380, 370, but now I'm in the 340, 350 range.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Nyjalik. You've been on campus for about 10, 11 months or so now. Just what have been some of the biggest things that you've learned, over the course of, since you got to Miami, and especially since like the season began?
Well, I had to learn how to adapt to become a college athlete. I had to learn how to set my alarm, wake up without my mom. Just had to learn different things, learn how to become a man, how to do stuff on my own. So, yeah.
Our next question comes from Manny Navarro, The Athletic. Manny?
Hey, Nyjalik, curious about, Jason Taylor and what kind of work maybe you've had with him and maybe the way he's helped you become a better pass rusher. I know you got your 4th sack this last game. Just curious what you've learned from him specifically.
Well, it's great being coached by a previous Hall of Famer. So he taught me a lot, taught me how to get off the ball, how to mature in my pass rush. So he really helped me with my game.
Our next question for Nyjalik comes from Susan Miller-Degnan of the Miami Herald. Susan?
Hi, Nyjalik. What were these last 2 games like? I mean, they had to be really intense. What was each experience like? The overtime on and FSU also.
Well, they was good experiences. It was fun to play in overtime on my birthday, my first overtime college game. It was hype and it was away, so I had fun playing in the overtime game, and I'm glad we came out with the win. And the Florida State game, it was hype. That was the packest crowd I ever seen in a Hard Rock. So when I first ran out, it was like, oh, I'm finally here. And that was my first night game. So it was a cool experience to play at night in a packed Hard Rock Stadium against our rivals.
Our next question comes from Luke Cheney of All Hurricanes. Luke?
Hey, Nyjalik. So, given that you're only still a freshman, what are some of the areas of your game that you're continuing to develop and you want to improve in as your college career moves on?
Well, I want to develop in the run game, learning how to share blocks, learning how to read the offense and knowing what they're running before they even hike the ball. Just being more ready before the ball snap.
Next, we'll go to Frank Tucker from Keynes County. Frank?
And Nyjalik, you in that 2022 class have really started to develop quickly. You, Anez Cooper, Wesley Bissainthe. What's the message from the coaching staff to you guys as a group going into the future of the program?
Just trust the process. We know our season ain't going too well, but we still the future. We still can change things around next year. Just trust the process. Don't be down on ourselves. And even though we not having the season we're having, just keep pushing, keep going through it, and keep playing hard. Because next year, we're going to be the leaders of the team.
Anything else for Nyjalik today?
Yes, Josh, I have a follow.
Go ahead, Susan.
Hey, Nyjalik. So I asked another one of the players, how hard is it to turn off all this noise from social media, after games like last week's and the weeks before? You guys are young, you have cell phones. How do you do it, or do you do it?
Well, I don't be on social media like that, so I don't really feed into all the negative things people say, and negative stuff really is like a fuse to me. So when I hear negative things, that just help me go back in the lab, get better, and work on what I need to work on.
Hey, Wesley. Obviously, you've developed into one of the better linebackers in this room as the year's gone on. What's been the biggest source of growth for you in that development? Like, is it Coach Strong? Is it the scheme? What it really has it been?
To be honest with you, like since the beginning, Coach still told me I was gonna learn the defense, and as the season been going on, I just been like picking up more and more, and learning more and more, getting more and more comfortable, and I'm just showing them that they could trust me more and more every week, so they can put me out on the field, so I'm able to produce.
Next, we'll go to Adam Lichtenstein from the Sun Sentinel. Adam?
Hey Wesley, just in general, what have you seen from the Georgia Tech offense? And also, I mean, like this game is pretty crucial if you guys want to reach a bowl game this year. How important do you see? I mean, making a bowl game, getting those extra bowl practices. How important would that be for you and some of the other young guys?
It'll be really important. Make a bowl game our freshman year. That's a goal we have with Georgia Tech. We don't really know what quarterback they're gonna come out with, knowing that Tim's been injured, but we just been preparing all week. Feel like we got a pretty good game plan, and we just ready to go out there and play, try to get this win.
Our next question for Wesley comes from Matt Sherdell of Kane Sport. Matt.
Yeah, hey, Wesley. I just want to ask you, what you're sort of still working on most. I know you're obviously a freshman, so can you walk us through some of the things that that you're spending the most time on right now to try and improve?
Right now, just going in film, looking at the other teams' tendencies, what they do well, what they don't do well. Another thing, is just still trying to pick up my weight, so I could be able to, produce more and more on the field, make more plays. So that's two of the main things: film and just watching my weight.
Our next question comes from Daryl Streeter of Footballville. Daryl.
Wesley, hey, what's going on? The other day you made a nice hit with your shoulder. Being a linebacker and the way football is now with the targeting calls, talk to us about that discipline of not leading with your helmet, but still trying to get somebody to the ground.
Me, well, I was always taught come downhill, so like you said, you can't use your head. So sometimes you're able to stuff it with your shoulder. So me, I like to come with a lot of power, throw the shoulder in there, knock the ball back, knock the lineman back. That's something Coach Cristobal emphasizes a lot. Got to knock them back. You knock them back, you knock the play back, you interrupt the play. So
next, we'll go to Susan Miller-Degnan of the Miami Herald. Susan.
Hey, Wesley. These last two games as a true freshman, Virginia and FSU, what's that they had to be really intense. I mean, what were the most important thing you learned from those past two games? And then I have a follow too.
Honestly, it's all about your opportunity. If the coaches trust you enough to put you out there on the field, just make the most of it. Make plays. So they see you making plays. Each and every week they'll try to get you on the field more and more. So that's one thing I learned.
Anything else for Wesley?
Yeah, Josh, I had a follow.
Go ahead.
Wesley, how do you turn off the noise from social media, especially like these last two games? And you guys are young, you have cell phones. What's your technique, or do you turn it off?
Keep it real with you. We don't really worry about the social media because we know, us players, we know what we're trying to do here and we know what we're trying to build here. So we don't really focus on the social media, all that. We put the past in the past and we just move on to the next week. So that's the main goal, just one game at a time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll wrap up with Wesley with Daryl Streeter from Footballville. Daryl.
Wesley, I'm sure you had to make an adjustments. What would you tell the young linebackers in high school that are eventually going to be going Power 5 schools? What would you tell them they should be doing in high school right now?
Right now, just honestly, get familiar with the film. Start going on huddle, watching film, looking at the other team tendencies. Get familiar with it because when you get in college, that's what a lot of college football is all about. The film room and knowing your plays and the playbook.